Well, hello everyone, and happy Tuesday. Happy Women's History Month. We're also gearing up for International Women's Day. Today is a very special day, which is why we decided to broadcast it live with all of you. So, my name is Hannah Levis. I'm one of the CEOs of She Rises Studios, Phoenix TV, and She Wins Women's Network. And today we are coming to you from all over the world. And I'm joined today with not all of them, some of the managing partners of She Wins Women's Network. And we wanted to come out live today. One, I wanted you to meet some of these phenomenal ladies and just learn a little bit about what She Wins Women's Network is. And we've been soft launching for the last 2 months. And today is the day that we are fully announcing to the world She Wins Women's Network is up, running, ready to go. Lots of goodness. So I'm going to just give these ladies a few moments to introduce themselves, tell you where they are, where their chapter is, and a little bit of their vision. So I'm going to go to Heather. Hi, Heather.
Hey, how are ya?
Wonderful.
Oh, good. I'm Heather Wells. I'm the managing partner of the Denver chapter, and super excited to be a part of this. I'm really excited to see where this goes and how I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. My vision is basically, and has been for a really long time, because I'm a single mom of 3, is to help as many moms, of course, women, period, but moms specifically, be as successful in their business ventures as possible. One of the key things that changed my life was being able to start my own business, and that has afforded me the ability to provide for my family as a single mom and get off of, assistance programs and things of that nature that I was having to rely on for a really long time. And so my goal and vision is to help as many other women moms do the same.
Well, I love it. How do you see She Wins Women's Network really elevating the single mamas? What's one way that you could share?
Oh my gosh. Well, one of the things that I think is really important and imperative is really just kind of helping them change the narrative, right? So a lot of times single moms, we will feel very defeated, very trapped, very, unfortunate. Like we feel like being on the struggle bus is kind of like the default setting, and being able to have community and realize that there are options out there that can help you, that you don't have to just accept sort of your lot in life, quote unquote, and realize that there are so many opportunities available to you. I think that so many, especially single moms, struggle because they just don't know what they don't know, right? Mm-hmm. And they're just like holding on for dear life. So they don't always have the ability or resources or time to even examine the opportunities that are out there for them. So, yeah.
I love your vision, and I can't wait to see what you do out there in Denver. And thank you for being here today. Yeah, I'm going to go to Anna.
Good morning, ladies. Oh, I'm so excited to be here today. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm based out of Las Vegas, and I am excited to grow the chapter along with Marla and yourself here in Las Vegas. I already have my first 2 events scheduled for the month of March. So if anybody's in Las Vegas, on March 15th is our first brunch, our first power circle that we're having here at the Loaded Empanada. And my vision for this whole getting involved with this entire organization of the She Wins Women's Network is to empower, inspire, encourage, and motivate. So I love leadership. I love mentorship. I love lifting other women. I know what it's like to be a single mother trying to become financially independent. And I feel like I've accomplished that, but there's so much more for me. And the impact that we get to make with this organization is just going to be so phenomenal. I don't have anything else right now, but thank you for.
What can the ladies expect, Anna, at the event that you're having? What can they look forward to?
Well, I think it's more along the lines of, empowering, encouraging, providing resources, helping those get to the next level in their career, helping them steer and navigate through the course of leadership, mentorship, fellowship, relationship, companionship, entrepreneurship, all of those things that we strive to get. Like, they're not handed to us; we have to work for them, right? So, just bringing more awareness to what we as women can do when we take charge and say, yes, we can climb just as high as the next person, or we can be successful as successful as the next person. We can help those who haven't reached their level of success get there. I think that there's so many powerhouse women who are hungry for that. I think they just there aren't enough organizations that are doing this sort of networking, collaborating, connecting. So I'm hoping that we can achieve that through these meetings. The small power circles are going to be more intimate, more small, 20 to 25 people, where you will actually come in and get to be more. It's more intimate and one-on-one, where the larger networking event, which is the last Saturday of the month, will be more of a networking. Let's see how we can network together, how we can help each other grow, how we can help each other evolve, how we can lift each other, how we can support each other in our businesses. And that event will host anywhere from 50 to 70 people. So I'm really hopeful and thankful to be a part of this. I'd like to see my chapter grow to 5,000. I mean, I don't see small numbers. I see large numbers, but it's going to require work. It's going to require dedication. It's going to require us to stay standing next to each other and holding each other up, and being held accountable to each other for what we say we want to do. We do it. I'm thankful that I was able to have some very successful mentors and leaders in my career when I was working in the corporate world, and I disconnected from the corporate world and ran off and started my own business, couple businesses. And I'm finding that it's not easy to do by yourself. I'm a solopreneur, and I'm a self-taught. Sorry for my dogs. I'm self-taught, so I know how it's a struggle to get through just the struggles of making ends meet. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I can't wait to see She Wins in every state, every city, every country, every town. I envision seeing that for this organization. And so, Hannah, thank you again for creating a ripple. You're going to see that this is just going to, the ripple that you've created is going to bless so many women in whatever field they're in. It doesn't have to be, all single mothers or all successful people. It's also the next generation of women that we're raising, right? For the betterment of the future, So there's a lot of ideas I have. There's a lot of things that I'd like to see happen, but we'll just have to take it as we roll it out, and the success of it will speak for itself.
Well, thank you for sharing. So before we go further, I'm not running this rodeo alone. We decided when we launched She Wins Women's Network that it was something that Adriana and I wanted to build, but we did not want to build it alone. And so we are also joined today with the COO of She Wins Women's Network, Michelle Bell. And she has worked so much behind the scenes on all of the amazing things that we're bringing to women on this global level, and also just really facilitating and assisting with selection of managing partners, some of the women that you see on the screen today. And she's just been what we call the, what do we call you? The chaos wrangler. So do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Thank you so much. Like goals, right? My goal was always to join She Rises. I saw a space for myself there, and I just had to get to a point where everybody else saw my space there too. And that's kind of a sort of indicative of how I've done my whole life and my whole career is you can either try and fit yourself into the spaces that people are providing, or you can make a space for yourself, like blow up the damn box and do what you want to do. Some of us have more personality than others and can't fit into the box. So I had to make my space. And I did that through building my business and building a partnership in a second business, building a foundation, squirreling my way into Hannah's life and doing some books, and then eventually coming into this She Wins Women's Network, which is just an absolute dream. If I could have 10 years ago come up with an idea of this is what I hope my life will be someday, it is this. This was just the ultimate way of being able to help women level up. Something in my journey has always been important to me is finding the next person and helping them up, because somebody did that for me. I wouldn't have started my business if I didn't have somebody behind me kicking me in the ass and going, you can do this. Like, why are you letting somebody else run your life? You can do this. And, when I finally went, oh, wait, I can do this. Things changed drastically. And so I've always wanted to be that for other people in how I hire people, who I associate with, the kind of clients that I take. There's always something rooted in that of how can I help you up? And so this is just that on a global scale, right? She Wins Women's Network. We said, let's do 22 cities, and it turned into 34 cities in 3 countries, and basically overnight. How friggin' awesome is that? And how cool to be able to claim that as like, here's how I'm going to change the world. Here's how I'm going to change other people's worlds. And here's how we're going to do it together. Because it's so much more fun when you have friends to do it with.
I love it. That's one thing I can say for sure with all of us is it's formed a sisterhood. And I think that's something that every woman in life and business needs. It's not just about business. It's the combination of things. So thank you for being here. Let's go to Celeste. Oh, and Michelle Bell, her chapter is in the beautiful, amazing San Diego. Just as an FYI. So if you're in the San Diego area, you definitely want to connect with Michelle. And Celeste, hello, darling.
Well, hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I am Celeste Clancy. I am owner and principal agent of CMC Financial Group in the Tampa Bay area, and I am the very excited and proud managing partner of She Wins Women's Network in Tampa Bay. So if you're in the West Coast side of Florida, please be sure to say hello, because I want to meet you and I want to talk to you. I'm really, really, really excited about this opportunity. I met Hannah at a time when I was actually stepping away from a 16-year relationship with another quite large global network that had a different mission statement. And a wonderful mission statement, but it was at a time in my career and a time in my life when I wanted to kind of pivot and do something a little bit different. And poof, there comes Hannah with this brainchild. And I'm like, yes, we're all in. And what I'm hearing and what you're all hearing here is a theme. And I think the theme is that we all want to, as managing partners, want to uplift others, and we're uplifters in our lives. And so my vision is Tampa Bay is a very vibrant, very large community. And there's a very large community of women business owners, female entrepreneurs. And it's a lonely space, as we all can attest to. I came into financial services and self-employment quite reluctantly. I was actually pink slipped when the housing crash happened here. And I had, in order to survive, I had to kick in and learn skills that I just didn't know that I had. And so I've spent the last 16 years creating and clawing and learning and developing in an industry that is dominantly male. And so when you look around, and I look to the left of me and I look to the right of me, and there aren't a lot of me there, you have to learn to, if you're going to survive in the industry, you have to learn to reach out to mentors that are going where you want to go and that know things that you don't know but want to know. And you want to be in the room right next to them. And I see the She Wins Network as an opportunity for us to be master creators and connectors and mentors. I want to help others reframe the thought process of, I'm in business for myself, so everyone else is competition. And I want to help them reframe and put them with other women who also see that it's not a competition, it's actually a collaboration. And to know what's possible. So my spouse often refers to me as someone who helps people get divorced. And I go, but I love helping people divorce their limiting beliefs. And I think this is a perfect platform to help others divorce the limiting beliefs around success, around mentorship, and come to the knowledge that the superpowers that we have as women is that we speak differently in rooms and we listen differently in rooms. And so, yeah, this is kind of what I want to take to Tampa. And I want to help blow up the rest of the U.S. and hopefully other countries as well.
I love it. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for joining us today. Let's go to Kathy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy Baldwin, and I am outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in an area called Kitchener. I represent the managing partner for the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo. And of course, until we find other managing partners, I am welcoming everybody within my area. My company is Unlearn the Crap and Level Up. I focus in on women's empowerment and changing the narratives of the condition responses and automatic programming that we've been taught. And part of what we've been taught is that women are in competition and that we need to fit into a traditional mold that has made us replaceable and duplicatable instead of the unique individual people that we are. And so my business, my vision, my mission is about the individual finding themselves and bringing their zone of genius to the world. So when I wrote my books and they were published with She Rises, and I realized the synergy that was created, and when She Wins came up, and the whole premise of what I do is about collaboration and community. That's what She Wins is. And so my vision for my chapter is that we have women from all areas of business, from direct sellers to professional people, lawyers, doctors, accountants, to tradespeople, women entrepreneurial plumbers, electricians, every spectrum, real estate, where we're creating a true ecosystem within our small community, where we can then create an ecosystem that is within Canada and then go global, because the whole premise is that when we collaborate together, as the She Wins saying is, when she wins, we win. when we collaborate together, when we share our resources, when we power together, we become the force that I believe our global world is calling for each and every one of us to rise up or level up, which is part of my branding, because we are in massive change. Futurists are predicting that we are going to see the equivalent of 100 years of technology and changes that we're seeing in our world. We've gone from horse and buggy to self-driving vehicles. We're going to see that kind of change in the next 10 years, and we need to seize that opportunity that is here right now for us to consciously create the world that we want to be in, instead of being subject to what is being thrown at us. We are conscious creators. We are more powerful than we've ever been known. And especially when women have each other's backs, when we support, when we collaborate, when we share our resources, we become what the world needs.
Amen. Right?
I think I'm a little passionate about it.
I just love how all of you are sharing your hearts and vision for anyone who is going to step into the doors of this incredible network. So thank you for sharing that. Let's go to Candace.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. My voice is a little hoarse. You'll have to excuse me. I'm like recovering from, I don't know, something I got from my 5-year-old. So, hi, everybody. I'm Candace. I'm the managing partner here in Orange County, California, specifically more so North Orange County. We do have someone in the South Orange County area. My clients have coined me the implementation queen. And I do own an agency, a marketing agency, just like Michelle does, but we focus more so on teaching companies and mostly women in business who are like 50 and older about going beyond trends, really setting like a foundation for your business, how to really build a legacy out of your business. I know for me, the companies that I own and I run that I hope to pass on to my children someday. And so really just building that strong presence and the brand presence and the vision for your business and everything. I'm super excited to be a managing partner here. There's so much opportunity with a lot of women who own businesses here. We have a lot of businesses actually in farmers markets because they choose to be able to be mobile and move around. Quite a few of them. I work with a lot of local businesses, so I'm super excited to start sharing more about She Rises with them. And yeah, it's a lot of just like empowering women in business. I do a lot of speaking events. I actually have a speaking event that went live today, the Facebook group Profit Summit, which I'm super stoked and excited about to share. My call to action was sharing the She Runs membership. So I'm super excited to see like what comes out of that and if we get any interest from it.
I think you will.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't think I know, because it's like what Kathy said, if she wins, we win. And if we win, she wins. So it's just a win-win.
I agree.
Thank you for sharing. So let's go to Sonia.
Hi, everyone. I just love this amazing group of women. My name is Sonia Rodriguez. I'm the owner of Transition to Wellness. I'm a psychotherapist and a women's life transition coach, and I help women navigate through difficult life transitions. I am one of the amazing managing partners of New Jersey. There are 3 of us. And I am covering the Somerset County and Middlesex County areas. I'm so happy to be here with this amazing group and looking forward to recruiting tons of women to partner with us and grow their businesses.
Thank you for being with us today. All right, let's go to Stephanie.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. It was so nice seeing everybody at Content Day and finally, being able to touch each of you and give you a big hug. So my name is Stephanie Graziano. I am the managing partner here in Los Angeles, California. We'll be launching in April, specifically in the San Fernando Valley. If anyone has anybody there who's interested, it's going to be a rockin' good time. My core focus is really, so I'm a coach for women entrepreneurs. I've spent more than 30 years building and innovating businesses for myself. And now I'm really looking forward to helping women entrepreneurs move from being stagnant in their business to thriving in their business. And I use a combination of coaching and consulting to do that, really coaching them to tap into what they already know, but may be neglecting. Um, because of things like imposter syndrome, we tend to shy away from our own expertise. And I really love digging into that and bringing that out so that it really shines in each person, giving them the confidence to then go into a consulting mode where we innovate their approach to their business, their activities, increase their revenue, and garner more time freedom, which is really so important to all of us. I think She Wins is really an opportunity for not only me, but for everyone else who comes in and becomes associated with us to grow, to shine brighter, to share, and to lift other people, other women. One of the things I was doing in my research for our last event was finding that in 2024, there were over 14 million registered women-owned businesses that employed more than 12 million workers. And a lot of us are solopreneurs or very small companies, but that is not a small number. That's an amazing number of businesses. And it was noted that women are actually starting businesses one-to-one with men. Like that's an accomplishment. And I think that it just shows the power of what we're capable of. I'm really looking forward to being able to reinvigorate and impact through in-person collaborative environments. And I think that, we've become so accustomed, I know I have, to how to work from home. And while it can be effective and we can be successful, there is nothing like the collaborative power of women getting together and being in a room together. And I say building a quilt that we can cloak ourselves in that's safe and secure and supportive, relationships and education, all of it, that, it's time that we get back to that. And this is the vehicle to do it. So I'm excited and looking forward to launching our chapter very soon.
Well, thank you. And we are excited too. Let's go to Priya. Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Priya Tandon, and I am the She Wins managing partner for South Orange County. So I'm that someone, Candace. Hi. Many of us, voice that many of us are single mothers. And it is so heartwarming to see that all of us are so much ready to pay it forward, to give. And I think that was the foundation, and that is the basis of why I am here. And that is exactly the vision for my chapter as well, which is that, none of us have to figure it out on our own. None of us have to go through all the challenges, all the struggles alone, especially as women. So that is exactly why I'm here. And I think that's my vision statement as well for the chapter, that you don't have to figure it out on your own. And I just, want to be that person who can mentor, who can inspire other women to be their best themselves, to make the best choices for themselves, to own themselves, And, so if you want to collaborate, learn, move forward together, not leaving anyone behind, then look me up.
Love it. Thank you. All right, let's go to Metra.
Hi, I am so excited to be here. I am the newly minted managing partner of the She Wins Network in Long Beach. So, hi, neighbors. Hi, Priya. We should definitely get together and see what kind of collaborations we can put together. I'm here. I want to say I'm here by happenstance because there's no accidents in the universe, right? I first became friends with Kathy Baldwin, and Kathy introduced me to this amazing opportunity. And, for my entire life, I have been looking for a place where we could get women together and put aside all of the mean girl, all of the, she's doing better than me, all of the competition where we can really literally pool our resources, pool our energy, and a rising tide lifts all ships, where we can bring everybody up and everybody together to create positive, reinforcing spaces and places in our community. As women, we are the nurturers, right? And from us, everything else comes. And so my vision for my chapter is that it becomes a space where there's no mean girl, no competition, and everybody learns to tap into each other, and we all get to lock arms and just move everything forward. The future of leadership is female, regardless of what ever else is happening in the world. It is us from everything else that comes, and it is us who is going to lead everything into the future. And so it's just an honor and a privilege for me to be here. I have finally found my tribe. This is the best, absolute best place where we could just come together and actually fully express ourselves with no worry of like judgment or just any of the negativity that has been conditioned into our world for women, and it's just a blessing to have found you all, and I don't have anything else to say.
I think you nailed it. One of the biggest reasons why Adriana and I wanted to have She Wins came from a space and place of being treated indifferently by women. We experienced that mean girl, and we always said, if we win, they win, and if they win, we win, because we never looked at someone else as a competition. We always would look at them with like, wow, you're doing this amazing things, like we're so happy for you. It's the whole reason we birthed She Rises Studios, was really to give women that space where they knew that our home was their home and that there was no competition. And one of the biggest things I think I would love to see with the She Wins Women's Network is changing the narrative of how women talk to one another. And just how they can look at each other as women who are worthy of everything good. That it's not a competition of who gets in first, but that it's this solidarity that we stand in of She Wins. So thank you for sharing that, because I think that it's really important that for our network, managing chapters, anyone who comes into this organization knows that it isn't mean girls. It isn't judgment zone. There is no shaming. There is no blaming. There's leadership, there's love, there's kindness, there's so much more. There's faith, there's all of those things. And I think that's why the soft launch has done so extraordinarily well, is because these women can hear you, which is why I wanted to do this live today. I wanted people to hear your hearts like we've had the honor to do. So thank you for saying yes to us and finding your home and being a part of this. It's really great to have you with us. All right, my next lady in the light is Joanne. Let's see. Maybe, I think you're muted.
I got it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. Um, She Wins for me is something that I think I've been waiting for. I've been kind of locked up for quite some time, and I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. And I think during COVID, a lot of women found themselves not able to go to work. Their offices were closed or whatever it was, whether they worked in retail or restaurants or any of those things. They needed something to bring in some money. And I think that they've done that. And I think that now that people are getting outside, people want that connection. They want to be able to be with other women. They want to be out in the open and celebrating themselves as well as other people. And I think that this is the time. I think for She Wins, um, nobody should be left behind, no matter where they are in their business, whether you're, making your hundreds of thousands of dollars, or if you're just starting out or you're only thinking about it. This is the place to come and to collaborate and to grow and to form a sisterhood and realize that no matter what you are doing, you are not going to do it alone. We're here for you. We're going to support you. We're going to share all of the global resources that we have with She Wins, and I think that it's going to become something that people are going to talk about. It's going to be, they don't have their water coolers, but they're going to leave that meeting. They're going to call all their friends or go on Facebook or wherever it is saying, this is the place, this is the time, and we need to come together because we are winning together. It's the only way to do it is to be together and to win together, to share, collaborate, grow, and really love on each other. So I'm happy to be here. And I think that this is really going to be phenomenal for all of us. I am a home decor creator as well as a professional organizer. And I help bring more simplicity to people in their homes by getting to the root cause of their disorganization. And I collaborate that with my home decor and try and create serene homes for everybody. But I have a really long resume with lots of experience in other businesses, whether it's law offices and real estate broker for 12 years. I worked in hospitality. So I've got a lot to offer for our community, and I can't wait to bring the people together. And then as we grow, let the other people in our community know that they too can continue and open their own chapter. And, I just want to watch everybody grow together. It's just my purpose is to help people in life. I know a lot of us don't know our purpose. I know my purpose, and I'm happy to be here and so excited to be able to share with everybody.
Well, we're happy you're here too, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Erica.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. And actually, in just a few hours is our big event. We have 100 ladies signed up tonight. It's crazy. I'm like, how can it be this great? But I have to say that first off, we did an event last month and it was an ice storm the day before. So we ended up, or the night of it started sleeting. That's what it was. And so we had like 25 people. So it was like, okay. And first, I just want to say how much I just love Hannah. I mean, the first time I ever got on one of her coffee talks and got to see this person, I was like, oh my goodness, like her genuineness, her love for people, you could just feel the love of God come through her, and just grateful to be in this community, honestly. Then later, when I found out that her and her daughter started their business, it resonated even more with me, because my daughter and I, though most of you know me as I've been in the counseling field for 30 years. I own a company, Warrior Heart Healing Hearts. I've been a coach and a counselor for years. I've been in that side, but my daughter and I started a company out of COVID. And after I got sick, it was like, I knew that I had missed letting myself have fun and get out and explore the world. So after coming back from a great sickness, one of the things that I was like, it's really important for you to get out of your house and explore and have fun and create. And so my daughter was 7 months pregnant and her husband was deployed at the time. And I was coming from having adrenal fatigue and post-COVID syndrome and a brain injury. And I was like, we should get out and show people that Oklahoma has a lot of really great places and support these businesses. And we'll just do little videos for them. Well, out of that created a business 2.5 years ago. And every year we've tried to do some like networking things anyway. But a few months back, even before the She Wins, a couple other influencers were like, hey, what if we start an Oklahoma Creatives and we create a place and space where it's networking, it's creatives coming together, and we're doing all these different things. And, you know, for my daughter and I, it was about, I really want to change the legacy. I can't tell you how many young girls I visited with to help them understand, you know, hey, just get out and get started. You know, we'd give them some different ideas of how to get started with whatever they wanted to do, whether it was being an influencer or whether it was, you know, finding a new job or whether it was modeling or, you know, film work. And I've gotten the privilege to work in a lot of those different areas in the last 4 years, only because I told my daughter a long time ago that about beauty positivity in your body. And so when she asked me to do something, I'm like, well, I can't step out of that now, right? And so I really wanted to change the legacy, something that created a place and space. And so we have women of all ages. So the ladies who are involved is my daughter's 24, getting ready to be 25 in a couple of days. One of the other ladies is 27. Then I have a 34-year-old and then me, a 52-year-old, who started this Oklahoma City Creatives. And out of that, we're bringing the She Wins into that to help them see, like, look, it can get bigger than you. You have supports all around the world who love you and want to support you. You don't have to do this alone. I've always worked with couples too, and I love working with couples. And I always tell women need other women. Women need other women. Somewhere a long time ago in the pioneer days, that's how we survived and thrived. But somewhere along the way, it became a place and space where needing someone became needy. It's not the truth. Needing someone is interactive. It is having a collaborative relationship. It's learning and growing with somebody else, right? And then we had the stage of the mean girls. Well, for anybody to listen to you, you got to have aggressiveness. That's not true either. And actually tonight, the topic that I'm going to teach on is called Manifesting Kick-Ass Confidence. And in that, I'm going to share with them the difference between insecurity when you come from aggressiveness and insecurity when you come from this place of, you know, nobody likes me, I shouldn't be seen, I shouldn't need somebody. Then confidence of saying, you know what, when you're in positive, loving confidence, that's when you shine. And when we do this together, we can have this beautiful world that really, 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 really creates a place and space and loves and heals. And our kids, we change the generation, we change the legacy. And that's my hope and goal, is that we help even young women come up and we create mentors with those who have been doing it for a while. And along the way, that She Wins comes in and they create this feeling of being supported by other women in other states and other countries, of knowing that when women come together, we can do anything together. I'm blessed to be here. I'm honored. You guys are all such powerhouses, and I'm so grateful to be here.
And I so agree with everything that you said. I think it's just the camaraderie of it all. Like, honestly, you know, a lot of us got to see each other just 2 weeks ago for Empower Her Content Day. And it was such an extraordinary vibe in the room of women who had never met each other in person before, built a relationship virtually, got in the room, and then left even more fulfilled than when they entered the room. And that's what She Wins is. So I know we're kind of rotating the managing partners in as we're streaming this, and some of them don't have their cameras on. So if it's not on, it doesn't allow me to add you. So if you can hear me, turn your camera on, Terry. And I can bring you ladies on. So we have about 10 minutes left. And so what I wanted to do was just go around the room and ask each of the ladies to give one amazing tip of a way that a woman in life or business can celebrate themselves during Women's History Month. So I'm going to start with Michelle.
How did I know you were going to do that? Because what did I just talk about it? Empower her. Like, please don't pick me first. Please don't pick me first.
Because I love you.
One way that women can celebrate themselves during Women's History Month. That was the question, right? I think that that's a hard thing to choose just one. I think what always comes to mind for me is just my kids, right? And in so many times we think about like how we're failing all the time, right? Because we're like, oh my God, my daughter, she went to school in purple and orange and spots, and God, I'm failing as a mother because I can't get her to dress right. But you're not failing, and celebrate the weird and the quirky and just accept it and give yourself some grace. And I think that is every month and every day of the year, not just during Women's History, but I do think that we need to give ourselves credit for the good things that we do too, not just always find the things that we think everybody else is going to go, ew, look at that, that's gross. Right? Celebrate yourself all the time.
So celebrate your quirks, celebrate being unique, celebrate you.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the COO of She Wins Women's Network. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. See, that was so hard to go first.
Right. Added to my next book or story, I'm going to be like, remember that time when Hannah did it again?
Please don't put it in your book unless it's good. Let's go to Kathy. I think you're muted.
Sorry, I saw that. Yes, I absolutely love this question, because as women, we've been taught to be silent, to be quiet, to minimize ourselves. And so I think the one major thing we need to do, actually two, one is to own our zone of genius and to not worry about bragging or looking like we're too full of ourselves. Yes, this is what I'm good at. This is my zone of genius. Yes, I own this. And to be able to say, this is where I struggle. These are my challenges. I don't have to know it all, be it all. And that gives another woman whose zone of genius is your challenge to say, hey, I can help you with that.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's go to Terry.
Hey, am I introducing myself or?
You're doing the whole thing.
Okay. I too am on the downward spiral of a nasty influenza A. So I still feel like I'm in my own little twilight zone here. So yeah, my name is Terry Katzenberger. I'm the managing partner in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I am so beyond blessed and honored to be part of this group. And I've got my little sidekick here that insists on being part of the show. I have been a functional health and lifestyle wellness specialist since 2005. That's about when God broke my heart for women. And I was an anti-woman. I mean, so people will know what that means about when God breaks your heart for people. And when that happened, I mean, everything about who I was really changed. I grew up in an era where all the women in my life dieted. They were always on a diet. They were always, wanting to look better, be thinner. But the key part of that was they were always dieting. They were always on some type of a program. Not that they didn't work, but they were always doing it. So, I mean, it just seemed like whatever they were doing wasn't working. So I grew up in a time where I was led to believe that looks mattered. And, I'm not talking about hygiene and comb your hair and brush your teeth. It was truly about that looks mattered. You're judged by your outer appearance. It matters how you look. Just everything about who I was as a female, I would be judged by my appearance. And I didn't really think much about that until I probably late teenage years, early 20, I ended up with a horrible dual eating disorder. Image then became this thing. So I've always been, God has blessed me. I shouldn't be afraid to embrace that and say that. But he has. I've always taken care of myself. I've always prided myself on, I want to be healthy, well, fit, strong, and whole all the days of my life. And I wanted to age well so I can have longevity to achieve what God has created me for here on earth and what he's purposed my life for. And most of my life, I've always been ashamed of all of that, ashamed of who I was. And so flash forward into this whole women thing, women are truly, and people, but women are truly my passion, because I would never want another female to go through life feeling and thinking the way I have.
Mm-hmm.
And having this, it's almost like it's a disabling self-image issue when you can, if I could, I just love women. I love the way they look. I love their hair. I mean, I forever compliment people, because I didn't receive that, through all of my life. It's always been criticism. And so I make sure I let a female know if, how gorgeous she looks, or I love your lipstick, or her, her hair, or her outfit, whatever the case may be. We need that. We need, and I've had to learn that even in the last 5 years, where it's okay to need a little recognition. I've been telling myself all my life, I don't need a pat on the back. I don't need recognition for anything. I don't need, this or that. But you know what? We need a little acknowledgement. And there isn't anything wrong with that. So see, now I'm learning all this now, and learning it's okay to celebrate you. It's okay to celebrate your life. April 1st, I'll be 34 years clean and sober, and 34 years away from a domestic abuse survivor. And it wasn't until year 33, which was last year, that I learned it's okay to celebrate all that stuff. I've kind of been silently celebrating me, and go and get a gift for myself or whatever. And so now, in this whole, different level of my own life, having that that ability and that leadership, and it's just really being obedient to encourage others that, it's okay to celebrate you. I lead a women's 12-step study support group. And I've been doing that for over a year now. And so it'll be new women every 25 weeks. And the biggest thing for me to share with them is we don't have to come in here each week with thinking all we need to talk about are, I'm trying to evolve them in their life. So, let's share a win. It's okay if you had a great week. It's okay if things are going your way. And so with She Wins, how can you not love just those two words? She wins. Every time we're waking up and we're being who we are, and we're just going after what drives us and what, our own heart's desires, how can we not be winning? And so my hope is for the Sioux Falls She Wins chapter and beyond. I've got surrounding communities wanting to hook up as well. And, we're just a throne's throw away. But what an opportunity to empower other female business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, women who maybe want to be just impacted by a group of fabulous ladies, and to be able to gather together month after month, growing and empowering and enriching each other's lives, and going through this thing called life together, and encouraging each other, to be their best version of their self and supporting one another on their journey. I would never want someone to feel the way even through my whole career as an entrepreneur, feeling like you're alone, that, you're doing it alone. But you know what? People are my passion. My biggest heart's desire is just to help others live and achieve their best, happy, healthy, fulfilled life, and helping them by teaching and educating others on how to live a healthy, well, fit, strong, whole life from the inside out, just simply mind, body, spirit.
Well, thank you for sharing. All right, ladies, we're really out of time, but I did want to give the other ladies a chance. So if you could just take 20 seconds and just share something that you want to give a tip on how women can celebrate themselves during Women's History Month and others. So 20 seconds, ladies. Anna.
Okay, I'm going to say to stay full. I always say stay hopeful, faithful, successful, powerful, mindful, thoughtful. Keep eating yourself full is going to help you thrive, because I learned that when I got my voice 15 years ago, when I was 50, that I get to say what works for me, what boundaries I get to set, and I actually date myself. So I take myself on dates, to the movies, to dinner, to buy an outfit, to whatever it is that I need. If it's pampering, if it's sound baths, I just take care of myself, because you can't fill from an empty cup.
Thank you. Let's go to Candace. Did we lose Candace? I just saw her. All right, well, let's go to Stephanie.
I would say, and I always encourage this for all my women, find your candle lighters. Those people who light your candle, and find time in your calendar to spend with them this month. It's really uplifting when you can surround yourself with supporters. So take advantage of that.
I love that. Joanne.
My for Women's History Month and all year long, I want everyone to remember that what you're doing is important. You're important. We are often taught that we're here to take care of other people, but it's important to, now it's time to start taking care of yourself. And remember that no matter what you're doing, big or small, celebrate and win.
Love it. Tremetta.
Temetra. For me, it is just setting aside time to take care of yourselves, of yourself. As women, we take care of everybody else. We make sure everything gets done. And unless we stop and give ourselves the space to breathe, like I forgot who was saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to definitely give yourself the space and the room to recharge your own batteries so that you can come back into the world and give fully of yourself.
I love that. And so sorry for chopping your name. Temetra.
That's all right. Thank you,
All
Anna.
right. Let's go to Priya.
My tip is also on the similar lines, which is self-care matters. And self-care is not selfish, as we have been conditioned, especially as women, to think. So I would say self-care actually is selfless. If we really want to not only give our best to ourselves, but also to our family, friends, work, whatever we are doing. And and celebrate small wins, because small wins lead into the big wins. So put on some music and dance.
I love it. We want to see all the She Wins Women's Network ladies having a dance party. All right. I'm going to close this out with our COO of She Wins Women's Network. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today. You heard from so many women. We have chapters all across the country. We also have them in Canada. We have them in Sweden. We have them in the UK. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of these amazing ladies. So find a chapter near you. We have thousands of virtual events, hundreds of in-person events scheduled out. And this is definitely just the beginning, and we want you to be a part of this. So thank you, ladies, for joining us today. Thank you to those who are watching. Thank you to those who are going to get involved. And I'm going to pass it over to Michelle.
So I'm so glad you did pass it over to me, because one of our lovely ladies in Santa Clarita is going to be at an event this Saturday, March 8th, 10 a.m. at Valencia Town Center. So if you are in the Santa Clarita, Anaheim, Los Angeles area, and you want to meet some of our amazing She Wins Women's Network managing partners, a bunch of them are going to be at the event with Amy. Amy's the managing partner for Santa Clarita. It's her event, but I know Stephanie said she is going to go, and Candace from Orange County said she was going to go, and hopefully we'll get the information over to everybody else in the area. And if I can make it, I'll be taking the train up on Saturday from San Diego to the event. So we'll see what happens. But it's a chance to meet us in person and talk to each one and see, you know, what we're about. And we want to see what you're about, and we want to bring in.
Yes, and we will be there as well. We're making the trip up. Myself, Adriana, Jasmine. We are going to 2 events in honor of Women's History Month, International Women's Day, and to celebrate Amy's event. So thank you all for joining us today. You can find us at shewinswomensnetwork.com, or you can reach out to any one of these beautiful ladies here on the screen. And thank you, girls. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.